that you've seen it. So let's talk about tech layoffs. I know that you've seen it all over social media, such as YouTube and even TikTok, about how all of these companies are laying off tech employees. So you're asking yourself, is it even worth going into? Did I wait too late, or is it even worth it? I get it. Because in October of 2025, we saw over 153,000 layoffs announced in one single month. That, my friend, is the largest wave in more than 20 years. And yes, tech jobs led that wave. So the question becomes, is now still the right time to pivot into tech? Or should you just wait or just give up altogether? Let's talk about it. So in this video, we're going to talk about where data analytics fall in the middle of all this tech layoff and whether or not you should still pivot into tech. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. First, those layoffs didn't happen just because tech was dying. So let's just go ahead and nip that in the bud right there. During 2020 through 2022, online demand exploded. Everyone was at home. Companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Google hired tens of thousands of people to keep up. But when the world normalized and when AI tools started automating some internal work, those companies didn't need the same size teams anymore. So instead of the companies just saying, oh, well, we made a mistake because we overhired, they actually needed a scapegoat. Well, arise AI. So since AI was already starting to normalize, or shall I say automate some of their internal work, they're basically just saying, oh, well, we just decided to just go ahead and just allow AI to just take over those jobs, when in actuality, you were really trying to trim down the excess fat. So they didn't just cut across the board. They cut very specific types of roles.
Real quick, let's read some comments really fast. Also, you see the title of this video, obviously, so this is what we're going to talk about, the tech layoffs, or the truth about the tech layoffs, according to this content creator house called Dewberry the Second. Hope I said that right. Let's scroll down and get to the comments. Only 5 comments. Ouch. We're still gonna read them. Love your videos. Real facts. Thank you, girl, for all the love from Zimbabwe. Interesting. Shout outs to Africa. A lot of people would love to get into tech, but these places are not hiring. You will have to know someone who works at the company already. Yes and no. So, oh my God, how should I put it? I would not let this encourage anyone of not applying to the job. Listen, the worst they can say to you is no. Right? That's the worst they can say to you if they don't want your service, basically. I would still apply and see what happens. It's going to suck. You're going to get a lot of no's. I mean, maybe you won't. I don't know. But just try it out. You know, I would just still apply and see what happens. I would not let, these types of videos that I'm posting or what she's posting discourage anybody from deciding to get into tech. Go for it. Apply. If you feel like you need to get yourself some certifications, a degree, I would still think about that before doing such a thing of spending that much money on education. I would just apply first and see what happens. You might get in, you might get in if you just give it a try. Again, the worst they can say to you is no, we're not looking to hire right now. We found another candidate that fits this, that meets the requirements, whatever. I don't know. Just apply. Just see what happens. Let's keep going.
Engineering teams working on experimental features. Corporate overheads like finance, HR, and marketing. I know the company that I was working for, we let go of our entire marketing department. I remember that. Government contractor roles tied to federal funding. If the funding is not there from the government, then there are no roles. These types of roles are very expensive and long-term investments. So when there is time for them to start making changes, these are the first types of jobs to be restructured. So your fear is valid. There's no way that I am going to water that down or even dismiss it. You have every right to be concerned because, again, this is your future and your livelihood that you're putting on the line. But it is also important that you understand these tech layoffs were not wiping out data analytic roles. So where does data analytics fit in all of this tech layoff? Because what you fail to understand is that data analytics is a whole nother category of its own. We as data analysts are not about building products. That's not what we do. It's about making business decisions. So when companies are under financial pressure, they're very highly to want to know more about how they can save on costs. What are some of the improvements that they can do efficiently? They want better forecasting. Also, they want to know about customer retention strategies. And so with that, you cannot do any of that without data. So the companies that rely heavily on data analysts are going to be healthcare, because they focus on patient outcomes, billing accuracy and compliance, banking and credit unions, where I work, because we work on fraud detentions and risk modeling and reporting, insurance, claims analysis, loss modeling and pricing adjustments, retail and e-commerce, because they focus on inventory, customer behavior and product mix, logistics and supply chain. They focus on route optimizations and warehouse efficiencies. These sectors are actually hiring consistently, even when big tech companies are slowing down, because they don't sell technology. They run businesses, and businesses run on data. So coming soon, there will be actually a full video of me breaking down the top companies that are currently still hiring for data analysts for 2025 going into 2026.
What she's saying is so accurate. Let me just stop right here real quick. At my current job right now, I work in IT, and every week, our IT director wants us to pretty much jot down 5 things that are basically a roadblock, right? So whatever it is, just jot it down and just see if we can find a way to either automate what's blocking you, or hire someone or hire new help if those roadblocks are severe. Maybe get some new training, just something. What just the whole point is trying to find a solution to fix those roadblocks. But I guess what I'm trying to say is data is really important. They just want to know exactly what's going on. So by them knowing what's going on is by you jotting down your progress, or just what you've been doing throughout the week. And that's just an easy way for them to know exactly where are you, what's stopping you, what have you learned. It's just ways for them to know what is going on. Should your job title go away? Do they need you? It's just data. They need a lot of data to know what's going on. So what she's saying is so accurate. I mean, I hope that made sense, but to me, that does kind of chime into what she's saying, because for me to record my what I've been doing throughout the week at work, what I focus on a lot, what I focus on less, that's data for them to know. Okay, focus more on this since you use this, or you've been here, or whatever you've been doing for this amount of time. You know what I mean? So maybe it could mean, okay, we should not use this license anymore. Maybe we need to buy more licenses. Maybe you use this program or this a lot. They just know what's going on because of what you're jotting down, which is data, to know what can they do, what do they need to purchase or stop purchasing, or hope that made sense. So what she's saying is so accurate. I love what she's saying.
So make sure you stay tuned for that video. So let's talk about AI. This is one of the major questions that I get a lot, especially during my one-on-ones. It is the main question I get asked every single time. Is AI going to replace my role as a data analyst? And so my thing is that I'm here to tell you that AI has changed the landscape. Not the way that social media has made it sound. Yes, AI can clean data. AI can summarize. AI can generate SQL. But AI cannot decide which questions to ask, validate messy source data, understand context, and communicate insights to leadership. So what this means is the data analyst that thrives in 2026 are the ones who learn analytics plus automation. And that is exactly what my next video will be about. So, should you pivot into tech? Let's ask these questions. Is your job still draining you? Has it capped your income? Are you living paycheck to paycheck? And it's not giving you the skills to be able to improve your future? Then yes, pivoting into tech still makes sense. Mm-hmm. So if you move strategically and not impulsively, you can build a great project for you to be able to use and talk about in your interview. You'll have the time to update and recraft your resume to make it business outcome focused, getting the opportunity to have confidence and telling stories about your project in your interviews.
Let me stop right here. So what she's saying is so accurate. I love what she's saying. Again, like I said earlier, just apply. Just see what they say. You might get a yes. You might get a yes by you just, going for it. If that makes any sense, just apply and see what they say. That's the best I can tell you. is to not get discouraged with the layoffs or what's going on in today's world in terms of tech. Go for it, apply, and just yeah, man, just test your luck, you know. So, excuse me, I just choked on something. I'm gonna leave the link to this video. Ouch. And you can watch this on your own time. The rest of it's like a minute left. A minute some change. I'll post the link in the description box. You can watch the rest of it on your own time. And I post on LinkedIn and TikTok, IG daily. Feel free to reach out to me on those platforms if you have any interest. My name is Ario D Juice. I have an email newsletter. I would love for you to join. And that's about it with this video. Yeah, show some love to this content creator, house called Dewberry the second. And we're out of here. Much love. Thanks for watching.